Hello, I'm Marina. Thank you very much for being here today. I will, together with Urai, take care of the distribution of Assessa in your region. I'm a cosmetic engineer, I'm a pharmacist, and a product manager. Never hesitate in contacting me if you would like to talk a little bit about your concept or try to find some solutions in our catalog. With Assess, I work as a business developer, and I'm always here to help you out understanding more about Assessa. So Assessa is a Brazilian company specialized in the development and production of highly effective bioactive ingredients for the cosmetic industry. Here in the photo, we see one of the plants of Assessa in Rio, together with the R&D lab and the production. At Assessa, we have a multidisciplinary research program that teams up over 20 senior scientists working in different areas of research. Some numbers of Assessa: we have 45 employees, 7 in R&D, being 4 PhDs and 4 Masters of Science. This goes to 8. I think they forgot to update the data, sorry. 2 plant sites, 86 products in the portfolio. We have more than 1,200 active clients, 26 distributors. We have active sales in 30 countries, and our sales by segments goes a little bit something like 25% hair, 60% skin, 6% perfumery, and 9% performance materials. Here in this photo, you see some of the multidisciplinary research centers that we work together. One being the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro, and the other one, Embrapa. Let's talk a little bit about Assessa's commitment and some sustainable actions that we put in place. Assessa is a family company, and today we have the second generation in power, Daniel Barreto. The photo on the left here shows Praia da Baleia, a fishing community that is our partner in the sustainable collection of seaweeds since the 70s. And the one in the right shows a very special project, the domestication of Cirtopodium cardicilium pseudobulb, the last project of Daniel's father. Assessa in general is the first company to research and produce ingredients obtained from Brazilian seaweeds, the first company to use tropical seaweeds in cosmetic ingredients, the first company in Brazil to adopt the principles of green chemistry, and the first company to export ingredients from tropical seaweeds for the cosmetic industry. You will see everywhere in our catalog seaweeds. This is Assessa's identity from its beginning. Daniel's father used to be a pioneer in mapping seaweeds in the coast of Brazil, and that's one of the reasons why we started working with this fishing community back in the days. To be in our portfolio, the product needs to have the idea of sustainability in its core. Otherwise, it's not an option for us. Our raw materials come from natural and sustainable sources. Assessa is a Praia da Baleia fishing colony partner in the first licensing project for algae cultivation in northeast of Brazil. Assessa supports 2 different communities throughout the process of collecting and drying algae. Being sustainable means being able to use again and again our resources without finishing it. We want our products to be sustainable, and for that, each individual involved in the creation and delivery of our bioactives should feel that they have a sustainable life where the respect to the environment cause is a must but does not come alone. Our human resources is the most important one that we have. We think that because people that are happy with their lives and satisfied with the work conditions are the ones producing greatly, the ones taking care of the environment, the ones having great ideas to bring to the table. Assessa trained the communities to collect algae sustainably, ensuring the continuity of the activity. Women are 80% of the individuals in the activity. Assessa pays a fair price that is essential to the family's income. We have also a contract purchase to purchase seaweed, assuring a minimum annual amount that guarantees an income for the community, so it's also sustainable for them. Some of extra actions that we've been drawing so we can make their life more sustainable, and then they can also feel more comfortable and trustable about their work, is that in periods without seaweed harvesting, Assessa buys the production of bobbin lace made by women, a cultural sewing of the region preserved through generations. Another action that we are very proud of is that we are the sponsors of their soccer team in the community of Apikis. Why we like seaweeds? For example, the sulfatated polysaccharides and polyuronic acids from red and brown seaweeds allow a substantive bind between hair and skin keratin and the cosmetic formula, making it more skin and hair friendly, delivering better other actives, and also keeping water more easily. Seaweeds are a unique source of molecules with a high biological activity. Its production does not consume water, needs neither fertilizers nor pesticides, and does not compete with food production. We also we do the sustainable farming. That is the cultivation in the first area granted from the Brazilian government to the mariculture of seaweeds in open sea. Here in this picture you see this substantive bind that I just explained, where the sulfatated polysaccharides and polyuronic acids have a specific bind with the keratin of hair in this photo, and also skin. Although seaweeds are a must for cosmetics, they are not our only source of inspiration to bring natural solutions to the cosmetic industry. One other active ingredient development route that we love investigating is the upcycle via. In our portfolio, curvelini, lyselini, and quattro are upcycled from the seeds cake produced during the process of chia and linseed in the food industry. All golden flax and chia used in curvelini, lyselini, and quattro productions are tailing. That is, the product is the result of an upcycling process beneficial to nature. Here in this picture you can see a simplified layout for illustrative purpose of the process on how we rework the cake that we get from the food industry. Today we are going to look a little bit more in depth into our hair care portfolio. At Assessa, we like to divide our catalog in 4 pillars: repair, styling, treatment, and prevention. I will quickly pass through each of it and go a bit deeper in our best sellers and latest launches, the ones that are in bold in this slide. In our repair pillar, we have Fio Cortex Veg, Plug-in GS, and Aqua Salina. I will show you more in details Fio Cortex Veg and Plug-in GS in the upcoming slide. Aqua Salina is an ingredient that is inspired in the Homer from Salinas, you know, that place where the salt naturally dry and leave those pyramids of salt. And below this pyramid, we have the water that dries out of the salt, that it's called Homer. Back in the days, we used to upcycle these Homer from Salinas in Rio de Janeiro, but because of quality reasons, we rebuilt the average constitution of Ocean Atlantic Homer that are very rich in potassium, magnesium, and zinc. acting as a powerful remineralizing agent and restoring electrolyte balance of the scalp. When we look into Fuel Cortex VAG, we are looking into a raw material that will reconstruct the hair almost in a 4D manner. Rebuilds the hair cortex, replacing amino acids from the proteins associated to keratin, high glycine and tyrosine protein. Will repair brittle and damaged hair, recovering the structure of the cortex. Will increase 23% in hair diameter. Will improve thermal protection. Will increase by 54% hair's rupture tension on doubly bleached hair, and will prevent 4 times better the formation of split ends when compared to placebo, and 3.3 times when compared to a silicone benchmark. Highly sensitive proteomic analytic tools shows that human keratin intermediated filaments are composed of acid and neutral keratins, organized in bundles. Each keratin forms structures in the form of a spiral alpha helix, twisted in pairs that form larger structures known as protofibrillas or protofibrils. Those in turn are organized in groups of 4 protofibrils, forming structures further reinforced known as fibrils. The empty spaces of these complex structures are filled with proteins known generically as keratin-associated proteins, or KAPs. Fuel Cortex VAG is is reaching amino acids and peptides that mimics low sulfur KAPs associated with an exclusive cuticle interlock system that repositions the cuticles and blocks the amino acid and peptides into the cortex. Fuel Cortex increases the capillary mass and strengthens the structure of the strands. We have tests proving that we get into the cortex, and also tests that proves that we are placed on the top of the hair shaft. These tests are made with the colorant rhodamina. We have also the other tests proving better increasing of capillarity, strength, and diameter. We are talking about 2 seaweeds, Kappa ficus and Lawsonia nigrensis, that are combined in a very specific way with rice protein and soy protein and glycine in an amino acid profile that mimetizes the low sulfur KAPs. Something very important about the low sulfur KAPs is that this is the group that we first lose when we damage the hair. And using Fuel Cortex VAG, we are going to see very clearly results in the hair, because we are aiming the specific and right amino acid profile that will be lacking in any damaged hair. The KAPs are proteins that bring elasticity and natural movement to the hair, and will also bring that as a result when using Fuel Cortex VAG. The other ingredient that we are going to talk about in the repair pillar is the plugin GS. Plugin GS is the only oily raw material that we have. It's a biomimetic association of lipids that simulates the composition of the oil produced by sebaceous glands. We have Kia, that has high levels of alpha-linoleic, omega-3 and omega-6, together known as vitamin F. It is also rich in riboflavin, niacin, and thiamina. We also have jojoba oil with its lipid composition containing omega-9, and sunflower oil with its lipidic composition containing omega-6, omega-9, and palmitic and stearic acid. Something very interesting about plugin GS is that the sensorial analysis of it places plugin GS very much on top of silicone D5, cyclopentasiloxane, that is now banished in the market. So it's a natural alternative to it. It's 2.4 times better at preventing split ends when compared to a placebo. It will soften the hair and increase shine, and has a sensorial profile similar to silicone D5. Here we see the consumer evaluation when applied a leave-on with plug-in GS and Quattro in wet hair and dry hair. Curly girls love to style their hair when it's wet, so they can prolong the shower, the water, and keep the styling more easily throughout few days. So we are very good in most of the points. Brightness, curls definition, curls modeling, drying time, easy to use, film formation, frizz reduction, softness in both of the conditions. Something also interesting is what hairdressers tested the wet hair and the combability. Combability of the hair in both cases were good. We are talking about a product that is non-charged. Then we go into the styling pillar. When we look into our styling portfolio, we like to treat each type of hair with one specific ingredient. So here we are going to have Lyseline for type 1 and 2, Curvellini for type 2 and 3, and Quattro for type 3 and 4. Lyseline and Curvellini I'm going to talk about further on more in details in the next slides. And Quattro I'm going to quickly explain you what it is. Quattro is obtained from the combination of chia seeds, liquid waxes, monoesters of fat acids, and other essential lipids. Quattro provides lubrication and conditioning for hair strands, maintains the curls styling and definition, regenerates, softens, and moisturizes the hair, preserves oiliness, and improves combability and controls frizz. Looking into Lyseline, it's an ingredient combining soluble fibers from flax seeds with bioadhesive properties, proteins rich in arginine, and biopolymers rich in polyhydroxylated acids. It forms a protective network that involves each hair fiber contributing to its alignment. We are talking about upcycled linseeds that are going to be reducing hair frizz by 40%, improve combability by 41%, align hair strands by 55% after 60-second massage, increase thermal protection, and it's designed for type 1 and 2, and it's an upcycled raw material. After Lyseline, we get into Curvellini. Curvellini is also coming from upcycled linseed. It's a product that there is no doubt of its success. We are talking about 125% curl lasting improvement. It will hold the curls for 24 hours, increase shine. It's designed for type 2 and 3, and it's also coming from an upcycled via. Lyseline and Curvellini are based in the same extraction but different parts of the extraction. And here we are talking about a curls definition with also bioadhesive properties, cuticle protection, high concentration of fat acids like omega-3 and 6, rich in proteins that has reparative properties. It will provide softens and satin chin. And what is very interesting with Curvellini is that the curl retention keeps a natural movement, and the curl formation also. You don't need to break your curls to have your curls, like more naturally. I love Cordellini. Then we go into the prevention, pillar. Looking to our prevention pillar, we are gonna get focused on Orma Dry CLC, color hold, and fiber detox. I'm gonna talk you further on about color hold and fiber detox. So here I'm gonna quickly introduce you Orma Dry CLC. Orma Dry CLC, it's a raw material that comes in powder. It protects and prevents against irritation. The most common application that we have today is it's together with bleaching powders. It will protect the skin and the hair shaft. When we talk about color hold, we are talking about preventing color fading, a problem that all colored hair faces. The exclusive double blocking system works on two different levels here of the hair fiber to maintain the color in the matrix. We color hold will bring will trap the pigment inside of the shaft with the rice protein, and the seaweeds will come on top, making a film formation, keeping both inside. This is the dual block system, the double block system. It's designed for permanent dye or post-dye product, can be used during the coloration or in products to keep color avoiding from fading, like a shampoo, conditioner, ampolla, all this. Then we go into fiber detox. Fiber detox combines natural molecules from 4 plants with a high capacity to capture and remove heavy metals and pollutants. Fiber detox will capture and remove toxins and heavy metals absorbed by the hair. When used in the pre-bleaching process, shows a 15% increase in strength and a 9% improvement in the hair elasticity, avoiding it to break it. It makes the bleached blonde hair lighter, meaning that you can achieve more blonder tone, a higher tone with the same application when you treat the hair before bleaching with fiber detox. It will not only capture and remove, but also will prevent the new absorption of heavy metals in the hair. Hair strands pre-treated with shampoo before bleaching present a more significant opening of tones. Well, of course, in this shampoo there was fiber detox. Here you can see the black hair, the bleached with placebo, and the bleached with fiber detox at 5%, and the bleached with fiber detox. Then we go to treatment. Our last pillar, and also the bigger one, because treating the hair is the best way to keep it there. Let's say Ormagel XPU is one of our first ingredients and the one that we keep finding more and more benefits around it. Our last test, and I'm gonna further on talk to you, is about protecting the hair from photochemical damage, like a filter, but it's not a filter. Algavit will protect and balance for the scalp. Also, we are going to talk about that later. Kiddat SRC, Floric Rose. The Kiddat line is a Kiddat in Latin means something that it's delivered. So the Kiddat line, we will always see products that are well known by consumers, combined synergistically with seaweeds that will release it over time in the skin or the hair, and bring also the seaweeds together. So here, the Kiddat SRC, we are talking about coconut water. It will restore mineral balance of the hair. We are talking about a wholly green coconut water-based bioactive ingredient vectorized with sulfatated polysaccharides obtained from marine algae. It's a powerful moisturizing and remineralizing agent that strengthens and treats damaged hair. Its high level of soluble silicones assists in the hair reinforcement of the hair and powerful hydrating and remineralizing. Another raw material is floric rose. It's a very romantic one. Floric rose increases hair gloss and antioxidant, and it's an antioxidant. Also improves softens. It will soften the hair. Here we have another kid's dat, the NWA, where we have the seaweeds together with aloe juicy, being a powerful hydration, delivering a powerful hydration. Another raw material is Nutrilix cocoa. Nutrilix cocoa, we are combining coconut water from a sustainable green supply chain with organic virgin coconut oil. And we can explore a little bit the coconut milk concept. It's a perfectly balanced combination between a selected fraction of eco-friendly coconut water and extra virgin organic coconut oil, creating a unique product that may powerfully moisturize skin and hair. It moisturizes, softens dry hair. It retains 19% more water when compared to the same treatment with only virgin coconut oil. And the last one is Actimus GA20. It's a natural co-emulsifier with a great anti-inflammatory activity. Reduces synthetic emulsifiers in the formula, aligns cuticles, softens and adds shine. Something that I love about Actimus GA is that hydrosoluble and at the same time can bring a little bit of a shine of a silicone. So if you are working in an easy scalp serum or any formulas hydro-based formulas, water-based formulas that you are working, you can add Actimusi as to bring a little bit of a silicone touch. Will improve a lot spreadability and shine. Actimusi also we are testing still, but it's also showing improvement in combability, but we don't have the test yet. Now we are going to talk about Ormagel XPU. It's extracted from sustainably collected seaweeds, resulting in an ingredient with intensive cosmetic activity. It will hair protection from damage caused by UV-induced oxidation, reducing 38% of cystine degradation. Increases in hair shine by 22%, increased hydration by 18% in the heavily damaged hair, improves water retention by 33%, and protects against irritation or irritative agents. Ormagel XPU as a protector from photochemical damage will work a little bit like a chlorophyll works in a leaf. So it will grab the energy and will dissipate instead of trouble the energy balance in the cell. The results showed that hair treated with 0.8 in shampoo and conditioner and 2% in leave-on showed a 38% reduction in cystine degradation when compared to placebo. Ormagel XPU is effective in the protection of hair against the damage caused by UV-induced oxidation. And we're looking into Algavit. Algavit is one of our last launches. It will do everything that is good for the hair scalp. We will balance very important points in the scalp dynamic. We will reduce scalp oiliness by 15%, reduce erythema by 9%, and improve hydration at 7.1%. When we look into these points alone, they are already very interesting because nobody likes to have a scalp that is oily, that is inflamed, and it's very dry. When we look at them together, makes us think about flakes, because flakes, the oil is the food of the flake, the erythema and the dryness are consequences of the flake. So we believe that algavit can be used as a booster in the treatment of flakes, but in general, for all hairs, it's gonna bring a more health and balanced scalp, because the dynamic of the hair, the scalp will be more free to work. The immunomodulatory activity that stimulates the scalp balance and its vital functions confirmed by a vitro and clinical trials, and it's rich in biopolymers, polyphenols, and oligo elements extracted from algae. When we think about about hair, I have a curly hair and I don't like to wash my hair that often. So I try to push as much as possible, but I also don't like a dirty head. So what I noticed using a scalp serum with algavit is that I can push a little bit more because my hair is lighter, is more balanced, is breathing more. That's the feeling that I get, like my scalp is breathing more. Of course, that's only my own experience, but all cosmetic chemists try things in themselves, don't you? Um, let's talk about Floric Rose. Floric Rose is a very romantic rose where we liquefy the petals of rose. It will improve hair gloss by 23%. It will improve hair softness by 24%. It's an active ingredient produced from fresh rose petals through an innovative green process developed by Assessa, based on the use of biocatalysts that transform the complex structure of the fresh petals and allow the extraction under mild conditions of all the bioactive molecules present in the flower. Cosmos approved raw material. The roses used to manufacture Floric rose are cultivated in the mountains in the northwest region of Rio de Janeiro, where mild temperatures and rich soil allow the production of superior quality roses. In this region, the descendants of Swiss and German immigrants who settled there at the end of the 19th century have been planting their rose gardens for decades. The product has 100% traceability from the gardens to Assessa and to your client's hands or to your hands. Assessa monitors the entire process of growing and handling the flowers to guarantee their origin and quality. And last but not least, our Frulix range. Frulix range is liquid fruits. We are talking about a range of products that is obtained through exclusive biotechnological process that mimics the natural ripening of the fruit. Using fruits enzymes, Assessa transforms its pulp into crystalline liquid with all active ingredients of the fruit in concentrations equivalent to those found in nature. It's a highly concentrated ingredient produced without the addition of solvents. There is no water addition. We just take the fruit, we peel it off, we make an enzymatic pool from the peel, then we put it together in the fermentation tank, the pulp and the enzyme, and we let it there a little bit, and then we make a separation. Residues are going out. Um, no, sorry, my mistake. I'm looking into the production of enzymes. So to produce the enzymes, we need the fermentation, the separation, we take the residue out, but to produce Frulix, we put the pulp together with the enzymes in the fermentation tank. Then we have a separation. We take the residues out, we add preservatives, we mix it, and we fill it. That's the product. Frulix range has dozens of different fruits and many fruits complex. We can mix the fruits that you would like to also. In Frulix range, there are typical Brazilian fruits like açaí, cupuaçu, pitanga, and international fruits like orange, strawberry, and raspberry. Benefits for skin care and hair care are depending on the fruit. And all fruits that we use are traceable. Here you can see a little bit about all the fruits that we have, and also we can combine them as you want. The most known Frulix nowadays is the Frulix Shine for hair, where we use pineapple, banana, and cupuaçu or cacao, I think. I'm not sure about that. Let's look about it together in another moment. Okay? That's it for today. I hope that you enjoy it. Let me know if you have any doubts. Let's go for Q&A minutes. Thanks. Bye.
Ciao a tutti, sono Simona, Application Manager della divisione strumenti Urai e mi occupo di supportare il cliente nella definizione di metodiche e nell'acquisizione della strumentazione che noi vendiamo. Oggi vi parlerò, visto lo speech che abbiamo appena ascoltato, di alcuni test che possiamo fare con il nostro Texture Analyzer CTX della Brookfield rispetto ai capelli. Uno di questi è la combability. Abbiamo quindi equipaggiato il nostro strumento con una cella di 5 kg e il nostro tool per la combability. Come potete vedere mentre io qui vi racconto un po' di cose, lo strumento sta andando a verificare la combability appunto di questa ciocca di capelli sintetica che abbiamo installato nel tool. Lo strumento va in compressione e in trazione, ha quindi la possibilità di valutare diversi aspetti dei capelli, non solo questo, ma anche la rottura, la compressione, eccetera. Ovviamente tali applicazioni possono essere facilmente trasferite su diversi altri prodotti, come può essere per esempio il rossetto o un tubetto, per cui possiamo andare a valutare la rottura dello stick o, mettiamola così, la fuoriuscita di un materiale da un tubetto di dentifricio, per esempio, per dirne una. Oltre questa abbiamo altre possibilità di applicazione della nostra strumentazione, ma per ora ci concentriamo sulla texturometria. Magari quando verrete da noi vi mostreremo come le nostre potenzialità rispetto a quello che può essere l'aerologia o altre tante applicazioni. Vi aspettiamo. Ciao!